Are you getting ready for a craft fair? I am. You know that I am. And in today's video, I am going to show you some amazing products that I got at a really great cost so that I can get the biggest profit for my work. And I can't wait to show you all of it. I also have an amazing gift for you in part of this video. Welcome back to Sparks Joy Studio. I can't wait to get into it and show you what I've made, show you what I've got, and let you know about what's for you. This huge package that you see in front of you is from Temu. I have a variety of items that I am going to use in my projects today, and also some things that I got for my kids. Oh, I forgot. I got this thing for my husband. That's decision dice because we never know what to order for dinner or what to do on the weekends. I have a couple of key tags. This is an amazing thing I'm going to show you in a little bit. There are so many products in here. I want to talk to you about all of them, but honestly, I would rather show you what I did with some of them. Oh, this one's for my daughter. This was a little backpack with Cinema Roll, which is one of her favorite characters that she loves to play with. And then for my son, I got him a remote control car. So I was able to order a ton of things, all under $140 in total, and that includes some gifts for my kids. So let me dive into it. I'm going to link below everything that I got in this order, and then also I'm going to show you how I was able to make and prepare some of these items and sell them at a really great price for my customers, but also make a really good profit myself. I'm starting out with these three triangle blocks that I got from my Temu order, and they are such good quality of wood. I mean, the quality for what I'm paying, right? Like, so I paid these pre-cut pieces of wood. Can I do it on my laser cutter? I absolutely can. Do I want to try to save some time right now as I'm prepping for a really big show? Yes, I absolutely do. So I'm going to be painting the fronts and the backs of these in a creamy white paint. We are going to be using some decoupage on one side, and then on the other side, I'll probably be doing something like stamps. Here is this red ticking stripe. I think it's called red ticking by Recycle decoupage paper, and I have taken a piece of that and I am going to cut it to size to decoupage on to the front sides of each of my triangle wood slices or wood pieces. I am using liquid patina as my decoupage medium, misting my decoupage paper on the back side of it, and then laying this down in the perfect position to ensure that it is aligned and that the stripes that are on the red ticking are perfectly vertical, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and finish decoupaging on the rest of that piece and then cover the front of the decoupage paper with that liquid patina. Once that decoupage paper was dry, I sanded off the edges, and now I'm trying to decide how I'm going to be decorating the fronts of each of these little trees. That's what I'm going to make them into, trees, of course, right? Like, I have yet to do a project with triangle trees with wood scraps, so having the opportunity to use these was perfect. I am painting these little wooden stockings in Conservatory by Fusion, and I am going to be putting them onto this first triangle piece, and let me zoom in so you can see what the wording on there says. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care. Well, I'm going to be putting 3 little stockings underneath this little sign on the tree. Once those were dry and glued on, I am taking the teeniest, tiniest little bow that I created, and it took me a lot of work to do them so tiny, so I did not get that on camera, but you see me hot gluing them onto the fronts of my stockings here. For the second tree, I am going to be using this beautiful transfer from one of last year's Christmas releases by IOD. It has a gorgeous bird on it, and then there is some, I believe there's some holly leaves or berries, something. It's not screaming Christmas, but it's enough that you can tell, and it works in this more like rustic, festive style. The third tree has a little sticker sign that says Holly and Jolly. Again, that came from a scrapbook set that I have. And I was trying to play around with some other options. I thought about putting this little Santa tag on there, but I don't know. I felt like I couldn't get it to like match or look right. So I ended up deciding to leave it be. And I got another idea to add on something else on the top, and it's not a star. Let me show you what I did. I ended up grabbing these clips from my stash and I decided to screw them into the tops of each of the three trees because this could also serve a purpose in your decor. You could put Christmas cards there or pictures of the kids, lots of different options. And so I wanted this to be something that would end up being functional and festive. I did hot glue each of these on first just to kind of give it a temporary hold before screwing it in. I'll tell you right now, it didn't matter because they all popped off as I started screwing in the screws on the back. So if I were to do it again, I just go straight in and just start screwing in each of those three clips. For the last set of, or for the backs of each of the trees, I used the Vintage Snowflake stamp set by IOD, and I am just going to be stamping it with China Blue ink. I wanted the option for my customers to choose if they have decor that's more blue, then they have the blue option. If they have more of that rustic or kind of I don't know, more aged color, they could use the stripes that are on the other side. So I have each of those, and then the sides will be finished off in dark wax by DIY. And I'm just realizing now that I never caught on camera me putting the trunks of these trees on. It was just a piece of scrap wood and then one of those rounds that you see at the bottom as the base. And I just used a little bit of hot glue for a temporary hold and then Gorilla Clear Glue for the full hold. The reason that I didn't use like Type Bond Quick and Thick or any other type of wood glue is because there was a painted surface or some sort of like, I guess, finish on that piece of scrap wood. And I was worried that if I used anything but that Gorilla Super Glue, it would not stay. So that was my reason for that choice. Otherwise, this project is, oh, no, it's not. It is not done. There is one more little baby step. I took this rice paper and I am going to be gluing it on using some decoupage glue onto the bases to cover up those bottoms so that it looks like a more finished piece. For my next project, I will be using a few sheets of this scrapbook paper that I will be using as kind of decoupage on my project. I have this piece of 6 by 9 inch MDF that I've had in my stash, and I'm going to be taking 2 sheets of this paper and creating almost like a wallpaper background on this MDF. One of the best things about using this kind of paper over using decoupage paper is I don't have to worry about painting the back white first because the paper itself is thick enough. I will say that in some ways it is not the easiest paper to work with because you have to make sure you have enough glue for it to truly stick and adhere and can stay on your project. So it does have its benefits and its drawbacks, but for this project specifically, it was very fast and easy to do. And I really liked the idea of having almost that wallpaper background. And you'll see in a bit, what I did next, I was so impressed with how the green in this paper matched what I had added on. I used this piece of scrap wood with like scalloped edges that I also got from my TEMU pack, and I am taking the back of it and I'm going to be using some Type Bond Quick and Thick to glue it onto my project. The reindeer treats sign that you saw on there was put on there using the reverse transfer method, which you've seen me do in previous videos. And then the 25 cent and Santa pictures are from a decoupage paper. The one with the Santa is from, I believe it's AB Studio. It's a newer paper that I'm trying out. And then the 25 cent is from one of Roy Cycled's designs that was in Sonnet's Maker's box. Once I have that glued on at an angle, as you see, I found this adorable deer that fit perfectly next to it, and that is from the IOD newest Christmas release. I believe it was in the Kitschy Christmas transfer set, and I'm going to be transferring that on to my project. And this just makes the most adorable sign. I'll be honest, I have yet to finish it, but I'm really excited to finish it up and be able to display it at my show. For this next set of projects, I used these cutouts of these ornaments. They come in a pack of 100 for a little over $12, which in my opinion is a really great deal. I love that these are already pre-cut and I can use them in different ways. My first thought was to take a group of them and adhere them together using some wood glue to create a thicker kind of version of this ornament, and that would be something that could be styled not only on a tree but also in different types of decor, and I'm going to show you how I did that. I also thought about using these as tags, which means I could use them individually, and then I had an idea of using my laser cutter to kind of create a design within this and then layer them so it creates a thicker ornament but a customized design. For the tags, I previously had put some decoupage gel or decoupage glue onto the ornaments and let that dry. And now I'm using a heat press to decoupage on various scraps of decoupage paper that I had in my stash. I also wanted to use some other items beyond just the decoupage paper that I typically use to kind of show you some different options you have when creating with these little wood cutouts. In addition to the decoupage paper, I have this old music sheet paper that came from, I'm assuming like an old Bible or some sort, not a Bible, I'm sorry, a hymnal that you would get at like church. And then another piece of scrapbook paper, but it's a little bit thicker. And I did end up having to use some of the Elmer's glue stick on this because the decoupage paper wasn't, or the decoupage glue was not, I guess, sticky enough for it to stay on using the heat press method. So I had to go back on a couple of them and use some Elmer's glue to make sure that the paper stuck the way that I wanted it to. Now I'm going to be using some vintage gold rub and buff. I also use some of the Grecian gold, and I'm going to be painting the tops of each of these little ornament tags to kind of give it the same look that you would get if it was a Christmas ball. Okay, so I haven't finished all of them yet, as you can see, but I wanted to show you the ones that that are done, that I'm not adding anything else to. I have this one with this gorgeous face. This was actually one of the papers from Sonnet's Maker's Box this past month in November. And all of the backs of them have the dark wax by DIY. And then just some, what is this, baker's twine? I don't know, just some string on the top. And then this is just, I think this is just a piece of paper that I had gotten in the past, possibly off TEMU as well. And then this is a scrapbook like sticker that I've had again in my stash for a long time. Let's see. And then this one again from Sonnet's Maker's Box, decoupage paper by Royce with a sticker. Sorry. And then these two have the decoupage paper with a little wooden deer that I have painted in black. And again, all the backs are finished. For the other ones that you see here, I am going to be adding letters to do the monogram gift tags. This is where I struggle a little bit because it's about, I always am like, well, I didn't make all of them look the same, so I can't have, one of each letter or anything like that. But I've kind of gotten to the point where everybody wants something different. So I figured I'm just going to do what I can, get some letters on there, which I probably won't get to for today's video. And then I will be able to sell them. And if they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. I'm sure at some point somebody will find the perfect one. So that's it. Now you just saw me do 25 of that pack of 100. Now I'm going to be taking some of these other cutouts and I'm spraying them with a black gloss spray paint. And then I'm going to take another set of them, which have not been painted, and I am using my laser cutter to cut out some leaping reindeer. I spray painted the little cutouts with the reindeer cutout in silver, and now I'm layering them on to the other tags that I have already sprayed in black. And that creates an amazing shadow effect that I used to create these ornaments. I thought about using some embellishments like the little berries or some greenery, but I decided against it. I've done it in the past, and then when I've taken it to a show, unfortunately, when you're traveling and taking stuff to and from craft fairs, at least what's happened to me is I have a lot of stuff get like come loose or like not get damaged, but like they don't end up looking the exact same way when they have to make it in a box, travel, get it set up, get it packed up again if it doesn't sell. So I wanted to keep it very simple. I ended up just using a really beautiful velvety red ribbon. If you have any suggestions on how I can be more careful with my products when I'm like traveling to a craft fair, I would love it. Please comment below. Here are those ornaments all finished and festive with that ribbon. I also had one extra one that I just used two of the sprayed black pieces, and I adhered some of the tinsel transfer by IOD on the front. So that is it for that set. For my last set, I have those sets of 5 ornaments that I have glued together to create a thicker one, and I've painted them in a creamy white on both sides, and on the fronts of each of them I will be decoupaging on these adorable Santa faces. I got these papers from Tara at the Reclaimed Ranch, and I'm going to be putting an adorable Santa face on the fronts of each of them. The backs will have some adorable holiday birds that are styled up like for Christmas, which is coming from the same decoupage company. I feel like it's AB Studio. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. I will make sure I leave it in the description box, but I get all of this from the Reclaimed Ranch. I really wanted my little ornaments to be able to kind of show off both sides of this, and so that both papers, and it was hard to figure out the best way to do it. I'm going to try this out. I might end up changing it, but for now what I did was I tied these on in different kind of lengths onto this, I don't know what this is called, this gold ring, this set of gold rings that I got from Kendra at Late Night Creations. And I'm going to then add on some chiffon ribbon. All right, here is the special gift for you. Temu is offering any of my viewers watching this video a $100 coupon bundle that you can access by clicking on the link that is in my description box. If you are new to Temu, have never used it before, you can also get any of the items that I got in my haul today for $1. There are so many things I didn't show you in today's video, so please make sure you check it out. All you have to do is click the link and you'll be able to see all of the things that I purchased and what you can get for just $1. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Happy shopping, happy creating, and I will see you very soon.